Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood can of tofu here. You can like vaguely see my face in the reflection. Lol. Um, I wanted to do another drawing while talking video because I haven't fucking posted. What's funny is that I have a few um videos like prepared to post, but I just haven't actually posted them yet for reasons unknown. But yeah, right now I'm working on another page of my comic. Uh, Page 62 to be exact. And I think maybe one page after this, it should be updated, hopefully by today. So if I get this video out today, then watch out for that. But like the day of my recording this, I should have another page up. And if you're watching this not the day I'm uploading it, check out my comic. Check out my comic either way, okay? Because please put a lot of work into it, and digging it. I've been thinking about making more comics. I've been kind of like what I've been doing is I've just been writing them. Cause when I made this comic, I'm kind of winging it, kind of not really. Like I write a script for my comic, cause that's better for me to it's easier for me to draw a story from a script. Like I can't like wing it, I guess. But what I've been doing is like writing scripts for possible comics and like seeing if I like it. Cause with this comic I never even finished the script. Like it's still in the process of writing, which I find funny. It will be finished, but I change things very often. Or like I'll add new chapters, like entire new chapters, or I'll remove an entire chapter. Um, in the process of drawing it or in the process of writing it. So it's always changing, but what I've been trying to do is work on other scripts for possible comics and then see if I like it and then I'll draw it. Because this right here is my first ever comic, if you didn't already know. Like, I've drawn small little comics, but this is my first series, I should say. And I'll link it down below. You can read it on Tapastic. I have no idea how to pronounce it, and I never will. But yeah, I'm digging it. It's a fun process. I've been breaking out of my comfort zone drawing this comic, which is like a super nice feeling. I used to, whenever I would draw something, I would stick with what I know. And if I didn't know something, I would like half-ass it, or I would not do it at all. I did that a lot with this comic when I first started out. If there was a page that like I knew how I wanted it in my head, like I could picture the way I wanted to play it out, but I didn't know how to draw it, generally I would just, do something really simple and plain instead, something that was easy. And it got the pages out faster, but I just wasn't satisfied with it. And I'm changing that now, which is cool. And if you're in the same boat, where if you're like, what the fuck is that? If you're in the same boat where there are things you want to draw, but you think you can't, then don't let that stop you. Just do it, because you're never going to be able to know your potential if you don't try. And even if you do try and you fail, you keep trying and eventually you'll get better. And like, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from it, God. I'm still learning. I'm a little youngster artist. I don't know what I'm doing. But breaking out of your comfort zone is like a big step. And I'm so glad I did it. I'm gonna have to credit one of my good friends for helping me break out of that zone. She had gave me a little pep talk. and like ever since I've been like doing what I wanted to do, which is cool. Like it really is a refreshing thing. And it's not like, it's not refreshing in a sense where it's like, oh, I realize I get it perfect every time I draw it. That's not true. Because normally when I try to go out of my comfort zone, yeah, I do draw something that looks fucking weird, but it's the fact that I tried that makes you feel good. So, like I said, if you're on that boat of like, you only stick with what you know, then just try something new and you don't know how it'll turn out. There's a good chance it will turn out bad, because nobody is perfect on the first try. But as long as you try, you know, this wasn't supposed to be some motivation. This wasn't supposed to be some motivation video, I'm sorry, but that's my 2 cents in. Anyway. And speaking of comics, you know, while we're on the subject, I've been wanting to read more. I noticed that reading comics puts me in the mood to make them. Like I need motivation in order to draw my comic generally. So I want to find more comics to read. The one, if it wasn't already obvious, the one that inspired this comic is called Long Exposure, and it's a really cool comic. I'll link it below for you to go read it, because let's see this. It's a good comic, and it's what inspired this one that I'm working on. You know, the stories are different. The concept was inspired by said comic. But where was I with this? I need more comics to read. I don't know where to find any good ones. I'm gonna sneeze. What the hell? It went away. Never mind. I'm not gonna sneeze. Okay. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like searching, like going on a search for a new comic to read, kind of. It's like nobody like goes on the internet and searches like fan fictions, for example. You don't search that. You just stumble upon a good one. Maybe that's just me. I was shameful admitting that I read fan fictions anyway. But yeah, I don't know where to find any new ones. A lot of my favorites are ones that, like I said, I just stumble upon them. So, but I don't know if you have any good comics. If you're making a comic, or if you know another good comic, then like hit me up, put it in the comments, because I want to read more. And like I have nothing to do with my spare time. I should spend it reading. Fuck books, man. Give me some comics. Give me that gay shit. Any comics, really. I prefer, if I'll be honest, I prefer romance comics, but I feel like that's because there's more of a story. Like, you know what could happen? I don't know, is that is that weird? Not to say that that's the only ones I read. I read other comics. I should shout out all my favorite comics in the description. Maybe I'll do that. But I need more comics to read. And if you have any good ones, then let me know. I don't know what else to say. It's kind of thinking about just going on however I please with this thing. Maybe I'll go into a little speed paint. Should I do that? We have been talking for 9 minutes already. I think I'll just end this with a speeding up for the rest of this process.